Hey everybody, it's Ryan from RC Insurance and Tepidino Insurance here today to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on and in the world right now and some insurance related issues that relate to it. Specifically with flood insurance and car insurance, some portions of car insurance as well. As everybody's probably aware, there's the COVID-19 pandemic that's sweeping across the country here, and specifically here on New Jersey, we have some pretty high numbers. Now, a lot of people are being asked to quarantine and stay home during this time or work from home. Some of us had to file for unemployment, have limited funds coming in, and the questions have been coming up, and I've been receiving a lot of phone calls and emails from my own clients on what can we do to get some amnesty on payments. I have renewals coming up. I have a large payment coming up for a monthly payment. What can I do? And the simple answer is this. Everything's kind of being handled on a case-by-case basis with the different carriers out there. For the most part, if you have a problem, if you can get in touch with your agent, maybe they can help you out. I know on a couple of occasions I've been able to help out a few of my own customers. If you can't get in touch with your agent, then I would suggest that you reach out to the carrier itself and see if they can make some payment arrangements with you or defer your payments. Now, I know a company, one of the larger brand companies out there, Progressive, has sent out notices to its clients and to the agencies that they are deferring payments, they're suspending cancellations for a period of time. I suggest that you contact your agent or Progressive Billing directly and discuss it with them if you're a Progressive customer. I know from what I understand in the agency bulletin that I read, they're basically suspending cancellations. So if you owe a payment and you're on a hard cancel, they would not cancel you. They would give you some options to pay by, I think it was end of May or middle of June. I forget the actual dates. Again, check with your agent or Progressive directly. They were also suspending late fees. So if you had any late fees coming up or from payments that were going to be late, they were suspending those. They were even extending renewals. So if your policy was coming up for renewal and, because of these hard times here, not everybody's getting paid, they were working from home, things are all kind of messed up. They would actually extend your insurance with no down payment as long as you made those payments later on. Now, the question comes up, well, what happens if, I have an accident, God forbid, during this time and I didn't pay my insurance? Well, at that point, you would be required to make your payments to get yourself current with your policy. And the carriers will most likely just pay your claim and service your policy accordingly. But like I said, for the particulars of everything, speak to your agent or call a carrier directly and ask them for the specific details, as they will have the most up-to-date information. Okay. The other thing in New Jersey here, we're a coastal area, so we have a lot of coastal properties. People that live on the coastline have secondary homes on the coast. A lot of Pennsylvania customers have summer homes in Ocean City, Cape May, Wildwood, Seaside, Point Pleasant, all along the coast. And they all have flood insurance. A lot of homes, believe it or not, were purchased in the spring so that their families could enjoy them through the summer. And the other half of the purchases are usually in the fall. At the end of the season, people tend to buy homes because they want to have the next year at the shore. So for this people who bought their homes in the spring, their policies are coming up for renewal. And the question that I've been getting a lot is, I'm not working right now. I don't have a ton of money to spend on flood insurance. And flood insurance is one of those things that has to be paid in full. There's usually no payments on flood insurance. So if you have a $3,000 or $4,000 flood insurance policy and it comes up for renewal in March or April, that's a large chunk of change you're going to have to drop down to make your payment for that policy. So I got an email this morning from one of my flood carriers, and it's talking about how FEMA has extended the renewal program for their policies. So basically, if you bought a standard market flood insurance policy, whether it's from Allstate, Wright Flood, Nationwide, State Farm, doesn't matter who it is. If it's a standard policy, they're all FEMA policies, okay? So it would apply to pretty much all companies, I would imagine. I mean, again, always defer back to your agent and ask them to pose the question to your carrier. But if it's a FEMA policy, pretty much these guidelines go through the whole the whole gambit of all the companies, as long as it's standard market. Okay, surplus policies, that's a whole different animal, and you'll have to discuss that with your agent. But for this, what I'm talking about here, FEMA policies, they're extending the renewal premium payment period and underpayment grace period for up to 120 days. So NFIP policies expiring between February 13th and June 15th, 2020, as part of the Proactive Relief Program, they're extending these payments and these programs for you without payments due. So basically, they're giving a little bit of amnesty. So what I'm telling my customers to do is, if your policy is coming up for renewal and you can't quite pay the whole thing, at least pay what you can. This way, when it does come time to have to pay this policy, you're not hit with a huge lump sum. So say, you have, just say your policy is $33,000 for flood insurance on the coast, and you have, $1,000 right now that you can pay towards that policy that you're able to pay that with. I would suggest that you make that $1,000 payment. It goes against what you're going to owe, and moving forward, as when it does come time to pay this policy, you're obviously going to be hit with a number of bills at the time. As we move forward, bills are going to be due, things are going to come up. You're not going to be stuck paying this huge lump sum. So you can underpay your policy and then continue to make your payments through there up until June 15th, from what I'm reading here in the email. Now, in the event of a claim, God forbid there's a storm or flooding that comes through and your property gets damaged with the flood, you will need to pay your policy in full before they will pay out your claim. So, and it basically states that in there. And again, I've said it a couple times already, contact your agent for more information. If you're not really sure, feel free to message me. If I can help you out, I will. I'll be more than happy to see what I can do to help you out, okay? Now, homeowners insurance is a little bit different. I haven't really heard much on the homeowners insurance end of things, because most of the homeowners insurances are paid through the mortgage company. So, with every payment you make every month on your mortgage, a percentage of it goes to usually your taxes or your principal, when your taxes, principal, and insurance. Okay, so it gets split up that way, and your interest. But I haven't really heard too much on homeowners companies offering amnesty on stuff. I'm sure they will eventually start offering some payment options and relief options. The best thing I can tell anybody to do here is to contact your agent and see if they can offer some assistance or some guidance for you. If you have some trouble getting in touch with your agent, because most agencies are closed in New Jersey, and I would imagine around the area due to the social distancing guidelines, you can try to message them on Facebook. If you can't get them, message me. I'm happy to see if I can help you out. In this time, everybody needs a little assistance here and there. And if when Hurricane Sandy came around, I did my best to help all customers out there. They weren't even mine. I was helping them file claims because they couldn't get in touch with their agents. So if you have any questions, or if there's anything I might be able to help you with, maybe help get you in touch with a carrier, you don't have a phone number or contact information, message me on social media, and I'll be happy to see if I can assist you on that. With that said, let's just all keep in mind that things will pass. It's going to take a little bit of time. I know on the East Coast, the Northeast here, we're coming into our apex period. So if you have a mask, put a mask on, wear it. Stay home if possible. Try not to go out. And we'll get through this. I mean, we got through everything else, and I'm sure everybody's efforts will bear fruit, so to speak, down the road, and we'll be able to enjoy a reasonable, normal summer. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to post here on social media. You can also contact me at on my email. You can call me in the office if you like. Again, we are working from home, so if you want, like I said, the best way probably to get me during this time is going to be to message me here on social media. All right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them. Hope everybody's safe, and stay well. Take care, everybody.